Hi, good evening. Welcome to today's daily market summary. If you are just joining the channel, I do this every day after market close. The video goes out by 6 p.m. West African time. That's 6 p.m. Nigerian time. But I tend to record an hour or so before that. So if there are any key announcements that or happenings after I've shot the video, I tend to carry them over to the pre-market video. Pre-market video will be out 9:30 a.m. West African time tomorrow morning. So before we dive in, a big thank you to everyone who likes, shares, subscribes, who comments on the video. Thank you for doing so. I don't take that for granted. I mean, there's so much content on the internet that you could use your data on. So for everyone who takes out the time to interact with the content, I appreciate it. And if you don't, please, do me a favor, share this on your Instagram stories, your WhatsApp stories, your Twitter stories, wherever you have stories. That's okay. It's not too intrusive. I believe you can share it there. And as always, please note that this is not financial or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. These are just my thoughts, or in some cases, especially with the market summary, I'm just talking about happenings that took place in today's trading session. So it's not advice in any way, shape, or form. Sit down with an advisor or learn the ropes yourself, which is one of the major goals of this channel. So learn about fundamental analysis, learn about technical analysis. I think watch out on Saturday morning. I probably will have a video on fundamental analysis just to walk people through that. By then, markets would have closed and it's easy to use examples. So let's go in. All share index continued to dip, declined by 0.73%. The index measures the average performance of stocks on the exchange. So some stocks we do better than the index and some stocks we do worse than the index. So what do we have? Um, Leading the gainers for today, I mean, you might say it's probably a joint first place. We have Austin Lars up 10% to close at 2 naira 64 kobo. Champion Breweries, you have that up essentially 10% as well, because 9.97% is essentially 10%. So Champion Breweries essentially up 10% to close at 19 naira and 74 kobo. On the flip side, you had corn oil. Corn oil was a worst performing stock today, down 9.98% to close at 211 naira, and I believe that should be 10 kobo. Guinness, Nigeria, from the brewery space, down 9.98% to close at 140 naira and 20 kobo. On the most actively traded stocks by volume, Champion Breweries was most actively traded stock by volume. 54.5 million shares were traded. Then you had the likes of Universal Insurance, Royal Exchange, Udensi Alliance, and ICO taking the next four spots. So clearly, insurance stocks are still moving large volumes. Now let's come to value. In terms of value, I mean, Zenith Bank led with 1.2 billion, 1.26 billion actually worth of shares traded. MTN a close second with 1.25 billion worth of shares traded. Number three, Champion Breweries again. I mean, Champion Breweries is all over the trading summary. Volume, gainers, value. Okay, not in value, volume, gainers, and the likes. There's some news around Champion Breeze. I'll touch on that before we go. So Zenith, MTN Nigeria, kind of it's normal to have them in top five most actively traded stock by value. Champion Breeze again. Yes, I was right. Champion Breeze number three with 998 million shares worth of shares traded. GTCO 941 million. Stanbic distant fifth position, 773 million worth of shares traded. Now to a Champion Breweries. I'm not sure when the news dropped, but when I checked the market, I'm guessing that the news dropped after market close. So automatically, this gives the stock a spot on my pre-market video for tomorrow. There's some news. Sent a notice to the NGX, which is it's a major news, really. In fact, I'll be looking forward to the numbers to see how I can value this firm. Once the transaction closes and the likes. But from what we have here, Champion Breweries is going to acquire the company, and let me just read verbatim. So Champion Breweries has entered an agreement to acquire the brand assets and intellectual property of the Bullet range of ready-to-drink alcoholic and energy beverages from Sunmark International. So it's a major transaction because Bullet is in over 14 African countries: Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, Ivory Coast, DRC, and Tanzania. It's also, according to the statement, Bullet is currently leading ready-to-drink brand in Nigeria. While the Bullet Blue energy drink, I've never heard of that. I know the Bullet drink, I don't know Blue energy drink. So let me know if you consume of these drinks. So anyways, I suspect that's why Champion Brews probably popped today, and it like, so I'd be watching out for it tomorrow to see how it moves. And it's a major one because according to what they plan to do, um, Champion Brewery says they will consolidate Bullet's assets into its reporting, and that will give them some immediate benefits: FX earnings, distributor leverage, and then some long-term synergies, supply chain, portfolio expansion, all that. So it would be nice to see the numbers. Uh, Waiting for when the transaction will close. I guess this transaction probably will take somewhere between 3 to 6 months. That is the usual timeline for this transaction. So that's how trading went down today on the NGX. We had a couple of minor announcements that took place. Zenith Bank saying, look, United Bank actually saying UBA, some notice on the delay of their H1 2025 numbers. What else again? Couple of director dealings by the initiates. And you should watch out for that. I'll be having a Twitter space with the management of Initiates, the Initiates PLC, that will come up by 4 p.m. this Sunday. I believe that should be, where's my calendar? Sunday is the 24th. So I'll be including that in tomorrow's pre-market slide just in case you forget. So, anyways, follow the Greenticker podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music. It's also content. Yes, I've been saying this, but I'm getting right into it. Content on greentickertales.com. I'm working on a few things. Or probably I should just go what I have. Sometimes the quest for perfection is very close to the post stop of procrastination. So one must choose. Thank you all for joining. Have yourselves a great, profitable day. It's still, markets are still open in the US. I'll be looking at that as well. And I see you guys tomorrow in tomorrow's pre-market video. Stay blessed.